It's the 9th of May today, and it's coming up for about 10 past 3. And I'm back out in the back garden. Another fantastic sunny day, and hopefully this will be the last day that I actually have to finish off this colouring in. This is my folder of work, and I've just recently ordered this. This contains all the work that I've done so far for this animation project. Stuff in the front is all the work I've completed so far and all the things that have been coloured in, whereas all the things right in the back is all the things that have yet to be coloured in and finished off. Now, being serious here, I haven't got hardly anything left to do for this animation project before I actually get back to the animation process, so I'm going to turn this over and get out my pieces of work that need doing today. The last time, 2 days ago in fact, I was out in the garden and actually finished off most of the Homer Simpson designs, the mini Homers. Today however I'm going to be focusing on the last of the designs that need colouring in. So I've got 2 more Homer Simpsons that need finishing off. We've got the Screaming Homer to be used in the scene where he falls over and loses his donut in the animation. And of course we've got the other one where Homer's drunk. So these 2 really could do with finishing off. That's with Brian and Stewie that I'm very pleased with, that I did previously, but as you know already they've been finished. And of course I've got the Bart Simpson on a skateboard that I did previously, that also needs colouring in. And actually one more thing that needs doing today, it's the Moe Szyslak. I'll try and see if I can colour him in today, and hopefully I shall complete these final preparations just before the actual animation process continues. And then I'll colour in these arms for these mini characters, and then I should be done. I've already sorted out which colours I need, so that I'm all set and ready to go now. I've got my picture of drunk Homer, and I'm going to begin colouring this in now, and hopefully I shall finish off all of these other drawings, colouring them in this afternoon. So I can't wait to see what happens then. Can't wait to get back to this animation process. So let the final preparations for this animation project begin before the cutting out process. So I'm going to begin now by colouring in this scaled down version of Drunk Homer with this fantastic pen. It's probably more of a highlighter really, but it does the job. And I love the shade of yellow, really bright. And it's ideal for what I'm doing here. But a lot of concentration is still needed when I colour this in, because you've got to make sure to keep within these lines here. I'll just colour the rest of this in then, and then I'll show you what it looks like when I've finished it, because I've got to be very careful when I'm colouring this in. But it's starting to look so much better already, as you can see, and I've only coloured in part of his head now. I'll colour the rest of this in, and then I'll show you what it looks like afterwards. It's 3:35 now, and as you can see I'm making great progress of this. Just colouring in his trousers with this light blue felt tip pen. And it really does improve the picture when you've added colour to it. As you can see, it looks so much better already now. So that's the Drunk Homer design complete. It's been drawn to scale. The original pencil design, that was the 4th of April, and I actually completed that one. And now it's the 9th of May, and this design of Homer is looking so much better than what it was originally. And now, as this one's been complete, what we need to do is we need to, well, what I need to do anyway is I need to get my other design of the Screaming Homer, and then I need to colour that one in. That's what I need to do right now. We'll do it right now and see how I get on that one. So here's my final design of the mini Homer series. This is Screaming Homer, as used in the scene where he falls over. That's why I wanted to give him this look. And the moment has finally arrived where I colour this one in now. So, giving the same treatment as I did with the other Homer Simpson designs, I'm going to colour this one in the exact same colours same as before. And then I'm going to see how I get on with this one. So this is the design of the Screaming Homer that I originally designed on the 21st of March. And this is the final of all the Homer Simpson designs for my project. I'm very pleased with them all. And up next, straight after this has been completed, it's time to finish off the designs of the Bart Simpson on a skateboard and Moe Szyslak. So them two are coming up next, straight after I've finished this design, this remaining design of Homer. So you've got to be very precise. Everything counts when you're colouring these in because you don't want to go wrong. And as you can see, done another brilliant job of that. There we go, that's absolutely fantastic. Kept within the lines there. Everything matters with this. Got to get it precise every time. Spectacular. That's another Homer Simpson complete, and that's actually the last of the mini Homer Simpson designs now. So now I can move this page across. So that's the last you'll see of Homer for the time being anyway, because they're all completed, so that's fantastic. Now I'm going to be focusing on, for the next few minutes anyway, the mini Bart Simpson on a skateboard that I originally designed on the 25th of March. That was a pencil drawing. Then I went over the pencils with a biro pen to make the lines stand out on the 30th of March. And this is what I'm going to be focusing on now. Actually, I can already get started with this because Bart Simpson's shorts are light blue. So I can make a start with that right now and colour those in. And his shoes are also blue. So I'll give that a little bit of colour as well. These pictures always look so much better when they're in colour. So that's why I can't wait to get to this animation process. I'll be animating and all my designs will finally be completed. There we go. I'll carry on with this now, and this is going to look just as fantastic as the others. Very carefully colour this in, try not to make any mistakes. And I think that's looking just about okay now. It's going to look better than okay when they're all finished. looking so much better now. Now for the wheels of the skateboard. And this design of mini Bart Simpson on a skateboard is finally complete. And it's looking brilliant. And all I need to do now, of course, I've got those rough drawings of Bart's arms on a separate piece of scrap paper, as well as I've also got to draw in Moe yet. I've got to colour him in and his arms, and then that's going to be finished. That's brilliant. Pleased with that, and it's coming up for 5 to 4 now. It's 4:35 right now, and I'm just going back to continuing with my project. Final preparations before the actual animating process itself. And I've just actually got the arms of Bart that I did previously, and I've actually coloured in Bart's arm here, and I'll use that one. That'll be cut out and placed on him there. And it'll look so much better when it's cut out and placed there on Bart. So that's been done. And right now, however, I'm going to forget all about this because that's done. And it's absolutely fantastic. But now I'm actually going to be concentrating on my final mini character. This is, of course, the owner of Moe's Tavern, Moe himself. This is the bartender, Moe Szyslak. And I originally designed this on the 9th of March. Drawn to scale, of course. So, of course, now I'm going to colour this in. And then I'm going to get the arms of Moe Szyslak here. Look at these. Another chance to see these. This was, of course, the one that I'm going to use. The one I've circled in blue there. So I'll colour that in very quickly. And colour my design of Moe Szyslak in there. And instead of actually filming it while I'm colouring some of it, I'm going to actually show you it, the finished design, when I've actually completed it. So, and then I can't wait to see what happens, see what it looks like then when I've finished it in. And that's going to be fantastic, because then I would have coloured in all my designs. Brilliant stuff. It's 5:30 now. I've been in the house for the rest of the afternoon, just very carefully colouring this in. This is the 100% final design of Moe the bartender from The Simpsons, and I'm very pleased with this indeed. I coloured this design in using just felt tip pens and also some colouring pencils, but I think I've done a really great job of colouring this in, to be honest. And while I was in the house also colouring this miniature version of Moe in here, I also, as promised, as mentioned before, looked at this other piece of scrap paper where I drew rough pictures of Moe's arms on, and actually coloured this one in here. So that will end up being cut out, as with all the other arms for the various mini characters from animation. So that arm there, circled in blue, will be cut out and then stuck down very carefully and hopefully quite precise with just a very tiny piece of blue tack, and then stuck there on the figure of Moe there, and then hopefully then that will make all the difference. I'm very pleased with this though. I've done produced some fantastic pieces of work in this project so far, and I really have learned a lot about how to make an animated short film. But it's not all over yet, as the animation process is coming up hopefully next, right after the cutting out process. Every single thing that I've drawn so far for this project has to be cut out, and then I can finally get cracking with my animation, and I'm really looking forward to that. I'm sure I'm going to do a brilliant job of it too. I've also since been writing down some notes for my animation project. All my story ideas have actually been written down in a notepad, and I'm going to use these very soon just to help jog my memory. I remember pretty much all of the story anyway. You have to get quite obsessed when you make your own animation, because it's very important to remember the story and everything that you need to do for the animation. But I'll be glad when I've completed the whole lot of it, and I really have achieved quite a lot. I feel like I've learned quite a lot about how to make an animation in this project. One thing that I've definitely learnt and achieved, in fact, have certainly improved my drawing skills. I'm very pleased with these designs. But anyway, the next process is the cutting out process, and then hopefully I'll get to back to my animation. So that's going to be fantastic. So Inchworm Animation is the program that I'll be using, and I'll set that up hopefully very soon, in the next few days or so. So hopefully next week I'll get back to the animation process. So I'm looking forward to that, as you could probably tell.